Hello there. This is Matthew Robert Payne, and here with me is Tolu Sarah Johnson. And Tolu has written 116 books on Amazon that are published,
17.
117 books on
Mhm.
Amazon that are published, and I've got 215, and Tolu is going to catch up to me by the end of the year. And yeah, I thought I was the most prolific writer I've ever known, but turns out Tolu is going to be more. This is an interview with someone who's a mystery guest from heaven. I've been
Mm.
told I know this person fairly well. Um,
Yeah,
and we start these interviews with heaven without me knowing. It's more of an act of faith on my
yeah,
behalf.
yeah.
And Tolu likes having that power over me, like the Holy Spirit likes having power over me.
Oh my God.
So we're going to start, and Tolu's going to introduce us, and we'll start.
Thank you, Matthew. Welcome, Papa. Welcome, Jesus. Welcome, Holy Spirit. And welcome, the inhabitants of heaven. So, today, the person that we will be speaking to is Tiffany.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Tiffany is I've got five ladies who are slated to be wives of mine as I take up a position of king in heaven. And
Mm,
Tiffany, Bethany is my number one wife, and Tiffany is number two. And
mm.
over the last 6 months, she's gone from a place of obscurity to total leadership in heaven, and she's doing a wonderful job. And it'll be really interesting for me to listen to her answers and hear her speak today. It's a real joy for me.
I know it's going to be a real joy for you. This one was a surprise. I hope you're able to go back and listen to them as well, Matthew, because when we interview your wives individually, you might be able to know them at a deeper level. So, hello, Tiffany. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I wasn't told by the Holy Spirit that I was going to speak today, and I'm most excited. Uh, Matthew saw an interview with a girl on a podcast that was an escort, and I
Yeah.
was talking to him while he was listening to the video. So we had some
Wow.
interaction today, and I was used as an escort. I worked as an escort, but in my latter years, I was used more like a spy, like a honeypot, a trap for guys.
Wow. So, how are you doing today, Tiffany?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. Me and Matthew have been sharing days together, and we've been growing close, and it really means a lot to me for
Wow.
Matthew to recognize my voice and for us to interact. He's like I've said to him, us girls, he's reward, and
Mm.
similarly, Matthew is the only reward I want.
Wow. Tiffany. Do you think Matthew ever will ever accept you girls?
Yeah, he's just nervous, just like someone wanted to give you money, you
Mm.
sort of push it away, just like having a low self-esteem and not feeling that he's worthy of me, that's
Yeah.
acceptable, and will just continue appearing in his life and talking to him and walking with him and fellowshipping with him. And he can't get rid of us, so he's just got to accept it.
like that. They can't get rid of us. Wow. Tiffany, I know I've spoken to you so many times, but I would love to know more about you. When you look at your life, what first stirred you? What first stirred your heart to turn towards God after your past life?
Well, I ended up in heaven, and it wasn't the place I was planning to be.
Wow.
They took me on a tour of heaven, and every week I met Jesus. They had three fundamental things to grow in heaven and be promoted. In witchcraft, you've got to do things. So I understood rules for promotion, and the three different ways you can be promoted was developing intimacy with Jesus,
Mm.
being transparent, and living your purpose. I could live my purpose in heaven and find out what I was meant to do and activate that. But as for growing closer to Jesus, I tried that, but you really have to have relationship with him. And I kept on being transparent, but transparency caused people of other mountains to reject me. So
Wow.
it was difficult, but I enjoyed my life in heaven, but I didn't enjoy the experience of being stuck when
Mm.
I'm a real go-getter as a person, and
Wow.
I always like to do my best, but it was like I was stuck in glue. My feet were
Mm.
stuck, and I couldn't progress. And Matthew had a delusion months ago, and in the midst of the delusion, I came out and started to talk to Tolu and tell her that things had to change.
Wow. What was it like being stuck?
Uh, uh, I guess it's like a human taking all the right classes and doing all the right things,
Mm.
but never having a door open to you, never, you see
Wow.
your friends that studied the same courses and went through the same motions. You
Yeah.
see your friends getting doors open to them and getting given opportunities, and somehow you slip behind. You don't get the opportunities, and you don't get the doors open to you. And all the people that you started out with progress and go to another place of success, and
Mm.
it seems that you're left behind all
Wow.
alone, and people who came and appeared later than you, people that weren't around years ago, are now at your position and getting opportunities and moving ahead of you, and you're just stuck, and you're trying everything, but nothing seems to work. And you would wonder, you'd have to wonder, how could a person be in heaven
Mm.
and be
Yeah.
experiencing failure, experiencing
Absolutely.
lack, experiencing a lack of opportunity, and you may wonder how God could actually allow that, and uh, and that may be a question I'll leave for you, but since God has instituted the interviews in heaven, and
Mm.
since He's allowed people in different mountains to ask questions every day and
Yeah.
record the conversations, there's been tremendous growth in heaven, and I'm particularly excited about the Witchcraft Mountain because everyone seems to have been turned on and given the
Wow.
secret sauce and the secret recipe to promotion. There's something about power. You can be doing the same job, you can be fulfilling the same destiny, but when you have anointing, when you have power, your job is done in a more excellent way, and you have
Mm,
a more excellent effect on people. I'm used to my beauty making men look and making men interested, and I'm used to the power of my beauty, but it really was the giftings that I developed in witchcraft that gave me different powers and more control over men and my destiny. So it was a surprise to me to be so gifted, but end up in a place called heaven where
wow.
all of my trying and all my giftedness didn't seem to count and didn't help me progress.
Wow. I'm sure there's so many people in your shoes, maybe now or in the past. You said something that you did not expect to find yourself in heaven. Are there other people as well in the witchcraft mountain that they never expected to see themselves in heaven? Were they shocked?
Yeah, nearly everyone in the witchcraft
Mm,
mountain was totally shocked, and over time, it's really since the interviews have started, and
yeah,
certain witches and atheists and Buddhists have been asking questions, and God has been opening up and sharing His heart with people. It's
yeah,
really since modern witches that have lived in the last 20 years and died. It's really since they've been asking questions and probing God's intellect and probing God's answers and pressing deeply on certain subjects that there's seen growth. People have found keys and ways
mm,
to progress and ways to move up in influence and be promoted in the level of what level they are in heaven. So everyone, everyone who's a witch is shocked when they
wow,
arrive in heaven,
wow.
and now there's more help and more resources and
Mm,
more ways that they can progress and be fulfilled in heaven.
wow. Have you ever thought that why did God bring you to heaven?
Yeah, I wondered because Matthew doesn't know a lot about witchcraft, but he does know that witches are taught that the God of the Bible is evil, and Satan, Lucifer, is the real God, and that Jesus is evil, and Jesus is essentially the enemy, and that Lucifer or Satan is the real God, and he's the real Jesus. And so when you live with that mindset, you'll
Yeah.
do anything you can to serve Satan. And so
Mm,
it comes as a tremendous shock that even with all the evil you did,
yeah.
God still saw my heart, still
Wow.
sees the witches' hearts, and
Wow.
gives them paradise and eternal life in heaven, regardless of anything they did. It's not as though I did good things on earth to warrant. I didn't earn my place in heaven. It's simply God's grace and love and unconditional mercy that brought me here. He must have seen something really valuable and really pure in me, and it really is that purity that exists in me. It's the purity of my heart that qualified me to take Matthew's hand and become his wife.
Wow. Did you know you had any purity in your heart?
Yeah, I knew I was inside in my heart of hearts. I knew I was a really good person.
Wow.
I loved the poor. I loved people that were suffering. I hated
Mm.
injustice. There's certain different behaviours people had that I didn't like, and even though I was led to do things that weren't great by Lucifer, I certainly had a good heart. I was a good-hearted person.
Wow. And God was able to see that.
Yeah, God sees everything, and I have really good conversations with me and Ben. Interview God, um, and rather than sit face to face with God,
Mm.
sometimes uh, Ben brings the questions, and I speak on behalf of God. Sometimes I bring the questions, and Ben speaks on behalf of God, and it's a real learning experience. I get inspired to ask some really
Mm.
good questions, and God's answers are truly, truly, truly liberating.
Wow. Do you think that was why the Christians judged you because they felt you were not supposed to be in heaven
Uh,
based on your past life?
Christians are indoctrinated with
Mm.
what they believe. They tend, even in heaven, to be judgmental and prideful and self-righteous, and it's very hard to bring new revelation to Christians. It's very hard for Christians to accept something new, something that's different to what they believe, something different to what they've been indoctrinated with. So, you know, most Christians believe that we're evil, and you know, if you asked 1,000 Christians whether a good witch
Mm.
deserved to go to heaven, only 2 out of 1,000 would probably say yes. Um, and
Mm. Mm.
so many people in the Christian church mention the word grace, or say that God is full of grace, or they were
Yeah.
saved by grace, not by works. Uh,
Yeah.
but but when it comes to witches,
Mm.
uh,
Mm. Mm. Then
witches
we're not saved
can't
by grace.
witches can't be saved by grace, and they're judged for their works. So Christians have
Wow.
got one message for themselves and one message for everyone else.
Wow. Because they think being in witchcraft negates what God stands for. But when you look at a lot of Christians as well, they are far more evil than a witch. With the stories I've read about Christians, with the story I've read about pastors, leaders of the church. So, do you think Christians are better than you?
I think the most honest answer
Mm.
that I can give you is everyone has the same opportunity to grow close to God. God
Mm.
leaves it open for people to grow. Uh,
Yeah.
I walked in gifts and could perform certain gifts on earth as a witch that
Yeah.
Christians couldn't do and probably wouldn't do. Um, there's certain things Christians can walk in heaven. I can walk in those giftings. So everyone is given the same opportunity in heaven. Just heaven had to be resorted and retaught, and new resources be given to heaven to give people from every faith the same opportunity in heaven that Christians may have.
Wow. Do you love God for that?
Yeah, I love you and Matthew especially for that, for use to make the decision to make these messages less Christianese
Mm.
and more relatable to me. You've made a real effort to make the questions and make the answers more understandable to you, and it's like, you know. You may be a girlfriend of a guy and
Yeah.
really feeling that he should be treating you more respectful. You've
Yeah.
had a previous boyfriend that really loved you and respected you and showed
Mm.
that he respected you. If something happens to your boyfriend and he starts treating you with a new level of respect, perhaps a respectable friend comes into his life and teaches him too. Uh, when that change happens, it makes a change in you. And so I was languishing for 10
Wow.
years because the culture of heaven wasn't as good for
Mm.
us as it was for Christians. And it was almost like we got enough reward being allowed into heaven. And, you know, most
Wow.
of us are witches, didn't want to live in realm one or realm two. We
Wow.
wanted to live in the highest realms, and we're sort of programmed to reach our full potential. So when you made that change, when you and Matthew made that change to be
Mm.
more inclusive to us and accustom your message to us, not just to Christians, it was like you were the boyfriend that learned respect, and
Wow.
it's like you changed your ways, and it's changed my ways, and I was very happy. Matthew had that 3 days and went into delusion, and I was
Mm.
introduced to him. Uh, a lot of the things that happened in delusion didn't really happen to him. They were false hallucinations,
Mm.
but I was introduced in the midst of that, and just like
Wow.
God does, he makes good things out of bad, and
Absolutely.
all things work together for good. And so I appeared on the scene, and you had the discernment of spirits and the faith to accept me as a person and to listen to me as a person and interact with me rather than me just being a figment of
Mm.
Matthew's imagination. You gave me a platform, you gave me a voice, and you gave me your respect and your love and the whole way that you operated these interviews and this platform changed irrevocably, and you regularly talk to me, and the more we've talked, the closer I've become to you. So I'm very happy to God,
Mm.
but if I was God, God was, God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit were
Mm.
responsible for the heaven I was languishing in.
Mm.
And, not to be disrespectful, but, sometimes it takes someone outside of a chosen profession to
Yeah.
bring innovation or bring change to the
Mm.
profession, and it took someone who was open to witches and people from other faiths to bring changes into heaven and implement things. And so, whilst I really worship God, and I have tremendous respect for God, God in this instance needed some human help.
Wow. Thank you, Tiffany. I've learned so much from you. And Victoria, Patricia, Jonathan. I can't remember the other two inside of Jonathan. I always forget. I don't know why I forget. But all of these conversations, speaking to Buddha, all of that has really grown me in a different way. And it has helped me to open up my heart and to see God differently. You know, when people tell you that God is love, now I know He's love. Because loving just Christians, that is not love. God said something that was so powerful. He said, Tolu, Christians are only 6 of 20 of my children. They're not even half of his children, 6, like maybe 1/3 or less. So why do Christians think that heaven is just meant for them and heaven is not meant for any other person? And it was really sad. The book I'm currently writing, Reframe People, like I spoke about your story there, Tiffany, that you were in heaven for all of this while and it still felt as if you were in hell because you were not accepted, because you didn't feel this was the right place for you to be, because of the people's reactions. They were judging you by just you saying, I used to be a witch. But that doesn't summarize who you are. It doesn't tell them or show people that because your past used to be in witchcraft, that doesn't condemn you. That should not give people the right to condemn you. Because I can tell you now, like, I see people as God's children now. I wasn't like that before. You taught me all of these things. This experience has transformed me in such a huge way that I don't think I've got the right to ever judge anyone ever again. Because you just see people's like God gives them second chances. Piers Morgan at the moment is going to different prisons in America and is going to interview people that have done such an havoc. That what they've done is so egregious that you don't think that they could ever be forgiven. Like things like killing there's a lady that Pierce spoke to. She's now maybe in maybe 26. At 15, she wanted to kill the whole family, but she was able to successfully kill the mom and the younger ones, and the father escaped. But you know what really, really surprised me about that interview? The father said, I still love my daughter. Despite all of the things that happen, it's still my daughter and I still love her. So if a human being can say, I still love my daughter, why do we think God will turn anyone down just because of their religion? Where did that lie come from? Have you ever think about it, Tiffany? That
Yeah,
where did this come
I
from?
I have to confess, to be really honest with you, witchcraft teaches that their way is the only way, and um,
Teachers as well.
everyone else isn't pursuing the light. Uh,
Mm,
Lucifer is called the light bearer, and
wow.
everyone else is in darkness. So it's not uh, it's not strange for Christians to think they own the only path to God. Muslims think the same. Catholics think the same.
Yeah,
Protestants think the same.
yeah.
You talk to a lot of Protestants; they don't believe that Catholics are going to go to heaven. Right?
Wow.
You talk to Catholics, and they don't think Protestants are the true faith, and Nick Fuentes thinks Protestants don't go to heaven. So the world is being controlled and led and directed in terrible ways by the different religions. This just, you know, I'm leading the Christian Mountain with Benjamin now, and weeks ago I confessed that I identify as a Christian, and
Yeah.
so it's uh, it's helpful for the Christians listening to this for me to share that I understand being
Mm.
deceived. I was deceived. The
Wow.
only difference between me and you is every gift I worked in worked.
Mm.
If I chose, I could read a person's mind and use that against them. If I chose, I could put my hand out and make something move. If I chose, I could go from America to Italy in 1 second. Uh, if I chose, I could look into someone's bedroom and watch what they're doing in private. If I chose, I could make money appear. I could do signs and wonders and miracles, and Christians would be aghast at what I could achieve. But I was in darkness. Doesn't
Wow.
mean doesn't mean the gifts don't work.
Mm,
But
mm,
I
mm.
was more accomplished in walking in the gifts and using the gifts than most Pentecostal evangelists, most people who Christians look up to being really gifted. They couldn't really perform in half the ways that I could perform. So everyone is taught error, and yeah, the enemy doesn't come to like demons. They don't come to the entrance of a church and stop and be blocked out. Demons walk into the church with their
Wow.
host, and
Wow.
sometimes demons preach from the pulpit, and people
Wow.
spells happen in churches, and witches go to churches, and Satan loves the church, and people possessed by demons lead the worship,
Mm.
and but Christians are unaware of that, and but
Wow.
one place where you should grow, where the blinders should come off, and
Mm.
you should enter into a place of growth and abundance, is here in
Yeah.
heaven, and it's just such a
Wow.
shame, such a shame that so many of you have been asked, everyone in heaven, so many of you have been asked repeatedly to start your conversation with God, start asking questions with God,
Mm.
not only tune in to the conversations that are happening and the interviews that are happening, but start your own conversation with God. You've been told to read Matthew's books. You've been told to read Tolu's books, and we can't we can't get a fire and put it under your butt. We can't
Mm.
we can't put a fire under you. There's a school. If you want spiritual hunger, there's Charlie Kirk's got a school that'll give you the spiritual hunger to put the
Wow.
fire under your butt. And
Wow.
perhaps you want to check out that school. It'll be a link underneath this video in heaven where you can go to that school. But everyone is blind, and that's what I realize. The modern
Absolutely.
world is so divided and
Yeah.
and so blind, and the leaders in the Christian church are blind, using revelation from 20 and 50 and 100 years ago. That witchcraft is blind, but are very effective. You know,
Mm.
a,
Mm.
a witch's spell will work 19 out of 20 times, and a Christian's prayer will only work 1 out of 20.
Wow.
Comparing spells to prayers, witchcraft have got it hands down. And
Wow.
Yeah, you don't have lukewarm witches. There's
Mm.
no lukewarm witches. They're fully engaged and fully running after things. So you
Wow.
imagine my sadness and my despondency
Mm.
being languishing for 10 years. And
Yeah.
you can see the growth I've achieved in a few short months. I've achieved growth similar to what took John Lennon 40 years. And
Wow.
I've done that in a few months. And the all the inhabitants of the Witchcraft Mountain are on fire. And it's like there's a scripture in the Bible that says a burning mountain fell into the sea, and you know uh, maybe that's the imagery of witchcraft mountain falling into the world sea. Matthew doesn't know, but he's just reminded of that verse. So, you know, when we start issuing blame, when we
Mm.
start espousing blame, when we start throwing blame on people, that's the wrong thing.
Mm.
We need to move towards a solution. We need to move towards freedom. We need to move towards freedom. And freedom is found in these conversations, and freedom is found in applying the word and actioning the
Mm.
word instead of just reading about it.
Wow. Thank you, Tiffany. It's so interesting. We are all deceived. So if we are all deceived, do you see God from a different lens now? Welcoming everyone to heaven, irrespective of where you've come. We're all sinners, but just different degree level of sinning.
Matthew's looking at the time.
I don't know why he needs to look at the time because I don't even think we're halfway yet of 1 hour. I know the time we started. I wrote it down.
Yeah, so what was your question again?
Oh, Matthew, it comes with inspiration and repeating it. I just forget about it.
Oh,
Oh
ask
my.
another question.
Oh, I said based on what you've experienced now about God, do you now think we all deserve heaven, irrespective of our past life, whether we're Christians, whether we're Muslims, because we've all sinned, but just at different degrees, at different levels? Do you understand why God welcomed everyone from the walks of life now into heaven?
Yeah, the God and he's one of his most powerful angels, Lucifer, are in this
Mm.
great battle for souls.
Wow.
And Lucifer hates God so much that he wants to destroy mankind. And God and Lucifer in this tug of war, and in the middle is souls,
Wow.
and they're fighting. And Lucifer uses money, deception, power, religion. He uses all these tools to hurt humans and have them
Mm.
miss out. Lucifer doesn't know everything, and pride actually blinds you. Lucifer seems to think a lot more
No.
people are going to hell than actually are.
Wow.
And if he listens to the Christian church, if he actually listens to the Christian church, he'd assume that 80 to 90% of people are going to hell. And Matthew doesn't understand, and I don't understand why he hasn't got access to hell to be able to
Mm.
see that there's not as many people in there. Bearing in mind what was said weeks ago that hell exists, uh, so the simmering anger of God can be displaced, for
Yeah.
him to be able to displace his rage into hell. So, though hell is not a nice place, and though many people go to heaven, certain people make such decisions with their life, continual decisions in their life that has them go there. And it's not my purview to tell you exactly what will do. Matthew knows one thing that will get you to hell is covetousness. Uh, but there's certain people who you would see attending a prosperity church and listening to all the prosperity gospel messages and living a life that's carnal and feasting on the world and being in love with the world. There's certain people who do all those things and go to heaven. There are certain people that do all those things and go to hell. And hell's just not a subject that Matthew particularly likes. It's not a subject I like. And I thank God for his grace and his love and his
Mm.
mercy that he allowed me to come to heaven. Uh, my understanding of God and his ways
Mm.
is just so refreshing, and what I'm
Wow.
learning is so good. And he answers such good questions for me and all my fellow witches and warlocks. Um, so he's tremendous, and everyone who has got everyone who's got a good heart comes to heaven.
Wow. What have you discovered about God that surprises you the most?
Like other commentators have said,
Mm.
and I know that it's the same answer. You're probably looking for a different answer, but I had a hard life and
Mm.
I went through a lot and I had to persevere. But the thing that really impresses me about God, the character trait that I'm impressed with, is his resilience.
Mm.
His endurance. He has the ability to press on and continue on against impossible odds.
Wow.
He every day that he gets up, every
Mm.
day that he does things, is a miracle.
Wow. So what have you learned from his resilience?
Uh, I've learned it's never too late for a person. That I've learned that his mercy doesn't run out.
Wow.
I've learned that he's able to forgive 10 times 10,000. Uh, I've learned that his grace is
Mm.
more beautiful and more
Mm.
expansive than one book could contain.
Mm.
I've learned that he he uh, he is love and he teaches love, but he's most happy. He's the happiest when he sees his followers practically applying love in the world, not just speaking about it, not just saying it, but
Wow.
practically demonstrating it to other people. And he although he suffers by because of the suffering of his
Mm.
children, because although he suffers with the understanding and the being a witness to the suffering of his children, he's certainly encouraged when he practically witnesses his children doing good things and being good. So, like I said, he's got a music box of you and Matthew, and he looks
Wow.
at your lives, and it encourages him. And just like Matthew is my reward for everything I do and everything I achieve.
Mm,
In the future, I'll get to sleep in the same bed as Matthew and be his wife. Uh, that's my future reward.
mm.
Walking hand in hand and spending time with you is God's future reward, Tolu.
Wow.
And He has got you by as a reward, and as consciously you consciously walking with Him hand in hand and experiencing His presence and being in His company and sitting at His feet and asking Him questions and talking to Him. That's your reward, and that's His
Wow.
reward. You already do that in heaven. You visit heaven already, and you walk around heaven with God, and you interact with Him and ask Him questions. But it's not conscious. You
Mm.
consciously aren't aware of that. So when I'm talking about reward, I'm talking about your future when you consciously know that that's happening.
Wow. Every time people talk about God in relation to me, it makes me emotional. Oh, Tiffany, thank you.
You're lost for words, eh?
Yeah, there's so many things going on in my mind at the same time. But I love God so much. And I love you, Tiffany. I love this new God. Well, it's not this new God. He has always been that God. But I guess I don't know who said it in one of our interviews that God was bound by religion as well. So I'm sure God is so much more happy now, like opening up to other religions. People imagine all of those questionings at different mountains. They just bring so much they bring so much wealth of riches into the gospel. And people are able to experience the gospel in the way that aligns to their past or in the way that makes so much sense to them. It is flexible. You can align it to your life. You don't have to walk in Christianity to experience God. That's so beautiful.
You're beautiful, Tulu.
Thank you. Wow. Oh, Tiffany, you're such a special woman. Do you know that?
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that. I'm starting to get feedback from all the different mountains in heaven, and the other leaders of the mountains really revere me and really respect me. Victoria is being queen over the Witchcraft Mountain, and she really admires me and respects me. Um, Buddha and the head of the Muslim mountain, the head of the
Wow.
atheist mountain, they all, C.S. Lewis is the head of the atheist mountain. They all respect me and revere me. And do you
Wow.
know, sometimes you doubt yourself, sometimes you doubt how good you are, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's the other people's comments about you that resonate with you, that show you a dimension of yourself that you didn't actually believe or you didn't actually know.
Yeah.
It's the comments of other people that I come into fellowship with that are building me up and encouraging me. I look at
Wow.
Matthew walking through heaven like Jesus as a ball of light, and in his presence, when he's in heaven, shining with God's full glory, he's really
Wow.
powerful. I don't feel worthy of him, and
Wow.
I just have to be reassured by the things God has said and Jesus has said that I
Mm.
actually deserve him. So sometimes you may think that Matthew's pushing us women away, and the same is happening from our side. We're sort of pushing him away because we don't feel worthy. And it's just like being a Jesus lover or Jesus friend. When you meet Jesus face to face,
Yeah.
you don't feel worthy of him. You see his love and his compassion and his acceptance, but it's hard to wrap your head around the fact that he truly loves you and accepts you.
Wow. Do you remember the first time you've sensed God's love personally? What does that feel like?
Well, it took a while to actually meet God,
Mm.
but uh, I knew God through shadows and thoughts and people's
Wow.
descriptions. And when I had the opportunity to meet God face to face,
Mm.
I just saw tears in his eyes, and
Wow.
he started talking to me about my life and what I've done so far and how proud he is of me. And to be honest, his words about me and his encouragement of me was hard to believe, hard to accept.
Wow.
Just like when saints say good things about you, Tolu,
Yeah.
easier for you to push away and not
Mm.
really receive and not really accept. But it's been the repetition of many people in heaven saying the same things about me as what God says for me to really come to a place of peace that He
Wow.
truly was speaking the truth.
Wow. Wow. So you've experienced His love in such a unique way.
Yeah, He sees every part of you, you know. He,
Wow.
he had a good discussion about my life, and he showed me pictures on video of my life and the things that I did. And he talked about the different marks that I recruited and stole
Mm.
companies from, and
Wow.
showed me many hours worth of videos of my life and my accomplishments. And he didn't speak in a bad way about the evil things I did and the
Wow.
treachery that I did. He spoke with pride and commenting on things, showing what a good job I did and how how I achieved certain things and what Christians would consider evil and sin. God could see my accomplishments, and even though they were done in darkness, He showed me His commentary of what I did according to the light, and
Wow.
he showed me that He fully understood me and that I was very successful in the life that I was living. And in the midst of it, He apologized that
Mm.
he wasn't able to break through and win my heart.
Wow. So you feel a sense of freedom now in heaven, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm so free, and I'm so in love. I the closest bonds I have in heaven is
Yeah.
with the other four wives. They're really dear girlfriends to me, and
Mm.
we're really close. We've got a common groom in Matthew, But I'm close to Ben. I'm close to Abel. I'm close to Solomon. I'm close to Mary Magdalene. I'm close to King David. I'm close to Moses. The elite of heaven make themselves known to me.
Wow. Do you wonder how did I get here?
No, I don't, because different to you, I've
Yeah.
always been very confident in who I am and very
Mm.
confident of my potential. Give me a goal and give me time, and I'll achieve that goal. So, if there was the highest place in heaven, a place above the rulership of God, I'll reach that place.
Wow. Wow. It's interesting, Tiffany. I'm very driven, but I still don't believe I deserve the things I get. So, how can you have the two?
How can you have both?
Yeah.
Uh, I suppose that, if that part of you was meant to be healed, it may be
Mm.
healed by now. Perhaps that part of you, that low self-esteem, maybe that's a limp like Jacob's limp that marks you, and you always have it. And it certainly helps to keep you humble.
Absolutely. Because you never even believe throughout my marriage with Ben, and still, of course, I'm still married to him. I never even believe I deserve him. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you've
God,
answered it.
God did a good job giving you Ben,
Yeah,
and God did a good job taking him away.
absolutely. Yeah, God did a good job doing that. God did a good job shattering my heart
Yeah,
and then
it was just
propelled.
to allow Ben to come to heaven, because things are important. Things
Yeah,
are really happening in heaven, and heaven is preparing for the return of Jesus, and so it's very important that he's here.
yeah.
And I'm looking after him for you.
Thank you. Wow. What is it like working with Ben?
It's frustrating because he's such a big thinker.
Yeah,
Oftentimes, me and Charlie have to decipher what he's saying and asking questions to get an idea on how to implement it.
yeah. It's such a big thinker. The same on art. And I used to wonder, Ben, what world are you operating from? Like, it's so difficult to align to it, and sometimes I just switch off because, because I'm like, how are we going to get this done? But of course, I was able to tap into that, not to the level he was, but at the same time, it really helped me to live the life I live now because he believed in me. And because of that, he was able to propel me into things I don't think I could have done. So that is the benefit of working close with Ben. He just continues to encourage, he believes in you. And it gets to a stage you start believing in yourself as well. Wow. Man. What about Charlie?
He's just constantly being given projects to do. He's just he's just like a subcontractor. He's got so many people working in so many jobs.
Oh, wow.
And the
Very busy.
difference between heaven and earth is he doesn't have to continually give messages and appeal to donors. He,
Oh,
he doesn't need money to achieve what he does.
wow.
Everyone that works for him is happy to work for him and gives him good ideas, and it's a good feedback loop. So everyone working is always giving ideas and giving feedback. He's having such an enjoyable life here.
Oh, that's
People
so
are
good.
people are saying terrible things about Erica on Earth, and we try and convince him not to watch the media about her. But he's a good chap.
Oh, wow. Matthew, how are you feeling?
Yeah, tired.
Well, you're speaking with your wife. You should be enjoying it.
Well, the hour's up now.
No, it's not up yet. When did we start?
Yeah, 11:34.
11:34. Matthew, that you made that up, isn't it?
No, I didn't.
Because it's now 1:34 here, which is 12:34
11,
a.m.
11:34 in my time. It's 12:34 now.
Yeah, 12:34. Yeah, I'm enjoying speaking with Tiffany. Oh, Matthew. Well, we can do another session with Tiffany, don't you think? Not today.
Yeah, another one in the future.
Oh, Tiffany, I really enjoyed speaking with you today. You said so many things, and I think what I've been able to see from what you said is we've all been deceived in our different walks of life. We've all thought we're on the right path, and this is the only path that can get you to God. But God has surprised us in a huge way. He's the one that sees the heart of man, and he's the one that decides who comes to heaven or not. And a lot of us see ourselves in places we never expected, we don't think we deserve. But God is just love. That's just it, isn't it, Tiffany? God is love.
Yeah, he's uh,
Thank
he's good for me and he's good for you.
Wow. Thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany, before you go, have you got anything for Papa?
Keep on keeping up on God,
Wow. Keep on keeping on.
and I hope Matthew's life, Tolu's life, and my life, and the other four wives' lives give
Mm.
you much honor and reason to be happy.
Oh, amen. Thank you, Tiffany. Papa, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. That was a good interview.
Yeah. I knew it was going to be good. Speaking with Tiffany is going to be something I will enjoy. I love speaking with her. Oh, Papa, your resilience keeps coming out over and over again, isn't it, Papa?
Yeah, I
Do you
keep
think?
on, I keep on having to hold on.
Yeah, you keep on having to hold on. But so many people are holding your hands now. So has it become a little bit more easier to continue to hold on?
Yeah, it's coming easier over time.
Mm. Thank you, Papa. I wanted to say hello to you. I can see that Matthew is really tired now. I love you, Papa. Ben, have you got anything to say to what Tiffany said?
She's just a wonderful person to work with and to be with.
Wow. And Charlie, you two were mentioned.
Yeah, Charlie's great to work with, and he's always coming up with ideas, and there's so much information being shared in heaven now, and so many of the people doing interviews are doing podcasts and speaking at conferences and
Wow.
reading books. There's so much information being done.
Wow. That's so good, isn't it? It just makes everyone to be different, where people are able to learn, people that are hungry to know more. School of Hunger, that one is interesting. that Charlie runs. Thank you, Ben. Matthew, I won't be religious to go around today. You can finish.
Radio, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Hope that you enjoyed it. God bless.